Episode number 196. The drink didn't die of Athos flashed out, but only for a moment. It became as dull and vacant as before. That's true, said he, quietly. For my part I have never loved. Acknowledge, then, you stonyard, said D'Artagnan, that you are wrong to be so hard upon us tender hearts. Tender hearts. Pierced hearts, said Athos. What do you say? I say that love is a lottery, in which you wins that. You are very fortunate to have lost, believe me, my dear D'Artagnan. And if I have any counsel to give, it is, always lose. She seemed to love me so. She seemed, did she? Oh, she did love me. You child, why, there is not a man who has not believed, as you do, that his mistress loved him, and there lives not a man who has not been deceived by his mistress. Except you, Athos, who never had one. That's true, said Athos, after a moment's silence. That's true. I never had one. Let us drink. But then, philosopher that you are, said D'Artagnan, instruct me, support me. I stand in need of being taught and consoled. Consoled for what? For my misfortune. Your misfortune is laughable, said Athos, shrugging his shoulders. I should like to know what you would say if I were to relate to you a real tale of love. Which has happened to you? Oh, one of my friends, what matters? Tell it, Athos, tell it. Better, if I drink. Drink, and relate, then. Not a bad idea, said Athos, emptying and refilling his glass. The two things agree marvelously well. I am all attention, said D'Artagnan. Athos collected himself, and in proportion as he did so, D'Artagnan saw that he became pale. He was at that period of intoxication, in which vulgar drinkers fall on the floor and go to sleep. He kept himself upright, and dreamed, without sleeping. This somnambulism of drunkenness had something frightful in it. You particularly wish it? Asked he. I pray for it, said D'Artagnan. Be it then as you desire. One of my friends, please to observe, not myself, said Athos, interrupting himself with a melancholy smile. One of the counts of my province, that is to say, of Berry, noble as a Dandolo, or a Montmorency, at 25 years of age fell in love with a girl of 16, beautiful as fancy can paint. Through the ingenuousness of her age beamed an ardent mind, not of the woman, but of the poet. She did not please, she intoxicated. She lived in a small town with a brother, who was a curate. Both had recently come into the country. They came nobody knew whence, but when seeing her so lovely, and the brother so pious, nobody thought of asking whence they came. They were said, however, to be of good extraction. My friend, who was saner of the country, might have seduced her, or taken her by force, at his will, for he was master. Who would have come to the assistance of two strangers, two unknown persons. Unfortunately he was an honorable man. He married her. The fool. The ass. The idiot.